Hello and welcome to the Psychic Side here on the A1R Psychic Radio Network, Enlightening Television, and on YouTube at Moonstruck TV. So we're the number one psychic radio network on earth, and I happen to be your host for the Psychic Side. My name is John Cappello, and I am a psychic medium from the North Texas area. If you're new to our program, I just want to welcome you and let you know that we try to debunk a lot of things that people say about psychics because we believe that psychic ability is very, very natural and something that we all have and something that we should learn about in order to grow and be a more complete person. So we like for people to trust their feelings and trust the psychic impressions that they get so that they can leave a fuller and more meaningful life. So once again, thanks for being a part of our show today. We had planned to have a guest today, but he had to cancel just kind of spur of the moment. He has a retail location, and some of his people didn't show up today, so he couldn't be with us, and so we'll try to have him on another time. We were going to talk about crypto therapies and we're going to talk about some of the new things that are occurring that are related to the planet Pluto, because anything that has the word crypto or crypt to it is related to Plutonian energy, because Pluto is the planet ruling. I hate to say death, but it rules those things that involve the grave, salvage. It involves things that are kind of maybe some people would say hidden. They might be a little bit on the dark side, if you want to call it that. It also is the ruler of Scorpio. There's lots of positives there. And that's what we wanted to focus on today. We wanted to focus on cryptotherapies, maybe even cryptocurrencies. All of those things that seem to suddenly be in our world and in our life. And but since we don't have our guest today, what I wanted to do was I wanted to talk a little bit about my upcoming astrology series, which is going to be on Zoom, and I'm calling it the Monday Astrologer. We'll get to our caller here in just a moment, but it'll be on Monday nights beginning May 6th. It'll be at 7 p.m. Central. And if you want to take the class, please email me at john@johncappello.com. I might have a few different perspectives about astrology that you hadn't considered in the past. Last weekend, I was in Abilene, Texas, and we had a nice class of several people. And they were very, very happy. They hadn't looked at astrology the way that I presented it to them. And I'm glad that they were able to get something out of it. As a matter of fact, many of them will be taking the Monday Astrologer. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to make this an introductory price because I've never done the Zoom classes on astrology in the past. There's a total of 6 classes, and I'm offering them for only $99.97. But in addition to that, if you only want to take the first class just to try it out, you can pay $19.97 for that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you your own natal chart. So you'd have to provide me with of course, your name, the place you were born, the time you were born, and then give me the information so I can do your natal chart. Because once you give me your chart, you'll be sent that chart by email, of course, and then we will be talking about analyzing your chart during the class. As you learn about astrology, you also learn about your chart and learn about yourself. So it should be good, a unique way of learning astrology. But that's what people want to know anyway. They want to know about themselves. And that's what we're going to focus on. Now, we're going to look at other people's charts as well. We'll look at some famous people's charts. And we'll see how well the students learn how to think like an astrologer, at least like this astrologer. So so I I like to relate astrology to the world today, as you may have noticed if you tuned into our program and in the past. And this way, you can kind of get a big picture perspective of things as we go, or as the planets move through not only your chart, but maybe the chart of the United States, or if you're in another country, if I could find out the chart when your country was founded, then we can work on that chart as well, or I'll teach you how to do it so that you can see how things are going in your neck of the woods, so to speak. Um, but what I want to do is I want to go ahead and take our first caller today. Our first caller is Loretta in Miamisburg, Ohio. So Loretta, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Do you know much about astrology, or do you ever have an interest in taking a course in it?
I know a little bit about astrology, but not a whole lot. Not as
Not a
much
whole
as I've
lot.
seen where people are really, really advanced these days.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't get all that. What'd you say?
I said not as much as I have seen that there's a lot more people that are advanced in it here
Yeah,
recently.
yeah, yeah. Well, if you do decide you'd like to take it, you can let me know, and we'd be delighted to have you in the class if you want. But I'll be happy to give you a reading today. So, is there anything going on in a relationship that you'd like to talk about today?
The only real issue that I have with relationships is my daughter. I'm
Uh-huh.
not in a relationship, you know, with a
So,
man or anything.
are you having
Pardon me.
difficulty? Are you having some communication issues with your daughter?
Yes, yes, it's been going on for quite some while.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
between my
it
daughter.
sounds like she's a young adult, and it sounds like she wants to kind of create her own path. It's always tricky to be a parent, and with a near adult or adult child. How old is she?
She's 24.
24. Okay,
It's,
because she's a young adult, and it sounds like I feel like she's been making some mistakes from the energy that I'm getting from your voice. But I feel like all you can be is kind of the umbrella right now, because she's going to have to kind of get through this on her own. I don't think she tells you everything. Is she involved with anyone right now?
yes, she is.
Okay. So he's not necessarily the best person for her. Is that what you feel?
Yes, that's what I feel for sure.
Okay. Well, it's just that this is something that for me, she feels like she can change him. She feels like he's not as bad as other people think, and so in a way, she's going to have to learn the hard way. So I don't know. Are they living together? It feels like they might be living together.
Yes, they're married.
They're married. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I, I'm concerned about about some things that I don't necessarily want to say on the radio or here, but it just seems to me that she is going to have to get through this on her own, but you're her mom, and I do believe that you'll be her backstop in the event that something happens, and so sometimes we as parents, we just do the best that we can with our adult children. Now she is uh, she looks like she's working. Is she working?
As far as I know, that's what she tells me.
Okay. So do you have a specific question about her or anything?
Actually, my main concern is my granddaughter, and I have been told by other psychics that she was being abused by the stepdad.
So are you,
Um,
you're concerned? Did you say your concern main concern is your grandmother?
my granddaughter.
Your granddaughter. Okay. Okay. You're concerned about
Hmm.
your granddaughter being abused by her father?
Well, her stepdad.
You what?
Her stepdad.
Her stepdad.
If
Okay. Okay.
that would be, yeah, my daughter's
Yeah.
husband, and
Well,
she's pregnant.
when you say abuse, if he, what I'm seeing is he may not like his disciplinarian style. I don't see any sexual abuse here. Um, not, at least not right now. I don't. So I don't know if that gives you some comfort or not. I hope that's not what you were wondering if that was going on. I don't think your daughter would stand for that. Uh, but uh, but I do think he might be stern. It might be kind of rigid. That's kind of what I'm getting about that. Uh, and that can be a serious abuse as well, because he could make her, stay in her room, or just be highly restrictive of her. Um, but if he's of course uh, hurting her, then that's another matter. But it seems to me that he is um, he's not. I don't feel like he's sexually abusing her. I just feel like he's being very rigid and maybe verbally abusive. Okay, I don't see him physically abusive yet. Okay, you could correct me on that, but I don't see that, at least not yet. Because I don't know. I just don't know if you're. I just don't think that your daughter would stand for the physical abuse. So um, so I hope that helps in some way.
Do you see us? Well, from what I have been told from another psychic, that she was right about a few things. She was the one who had told me that, and some things led me up to believe that she was, well, she had bruises on her arms, like she had been grabbed,
She had
and
bruises on
some,
her arm. Okay. Okay.
where,
Well,
yeah,
and I'm not saying he's not harsh, and I'm not. That is abuse, but I'm not seeing him beat her. I mean, I'm not condoning it in any way. I'm just saying that it could be worse. And if it does get worse, and I mean, if you feel like you need to do something now because of him grabbing her, he might have done that inadvertently. I'm not protecting him. I'm just saying that you just have to be real careful before you get too involved in that. Okay,
yeah.
because
We've been going through the court for the last almost 2 years now
you've
because
been going.
I had temporary custody of her, like, well, 2 years ago. Well, three. She was two. She's 7 or 6 now, but she was 2.5 then. But yeah, we've been going through the courts right now for me to even get to see her
Hmm.
when we meet.
Okay. Okay. Well, it must be more serious than what I'm sensing, because they're fighting you in court. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So it must be more serious than what I'm sensing, because although I'm not saying that they're perfect, I don't think they want to intentionally injure the child. So, I can only give you the information that I'm receiving. Okay, so it's a difficult situation, and all I can do is wish you the best on it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you
I
very much.
appreciate you.
You're
Thank
welcome. Take
you.
care. Okay. You're welcome. Bye bye. Bye bye. So before we go to our next caller, I do want to talk a little bit more about the astrology, because astrology is is like making a cake. You have to have all of the ingredients involved, and then you have to layer those ingredients together. And and that's what this class is going to be doing, this Monday astrologer. And the thing is, when you understand the ingredients and you understand how each one reacts to the other, then it makes the whole system, no matter how complicated it gets, a lot easier to understand. And that's what's golden about it, if you want to call it that, because it's makes it it all kinds of falls into place. But it's but if you don't get the foundations and you don't get the basics done, then it makes it hard to understand. Plus, you do need to know the language and you need to understand the alphabet of astrology. And you need to know the relationships, the things that are called oppositions and squares and trines and things like that. You need to understand all those things, and so once you even get through the first class, you'll have a deeper appreciation of what astrology is, and then those tools from the very first class springboard you into the other classes, because you'll need to know how these relationships all work together. Now, astrologers are kind of like psychics. We often make ourselves our own worst enemies, and that's why skeptics can have a field day with us. And with astrology, it's no different. It's called a pseudoscience. Well, with astrology, it's not meant to be a science. It's meant to talk about tendencies. It's meant to give you a range of options, or range of energy with each of the different aspects. And so a good astrologer taps into their psychic ability often when they're looking at a chart, because they are trying to determine how this person uses the energy of their chart. Because you'll have people born on the same day, and some people will just have an easy life, and other people will have a very difficult life. And you'll say, "Gosh, they were born on the same day. They had similar backgrounds, and so on and so forth. What went wrong?" Well, one may have used their freedom of choice in one way, and another used it another way, and the way that they handled circumstances, even though those circumstances might have been different, one would handle circumstances in a positive manner, and another in another manner. So, and there are some things that can be partially predetermined, and you may have certain challenges that you have to deal with, but you can get through it. And the astrological chart, your natal chart, is one of those things which kind of gives you a little bit of a cheat sheet, and so that's why I've said that many times on our program. So why don't we take a moment and go with our next caller, and it's Darlene in Brooklyn, New York. Darlene, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, Darlene. Lots going on in New York these days. How are things going up there?
Good.
Good. Okay, that's good to know. So, Darlene, are you a mom?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You have a young one, or are you grandmother, or what? Which one?
No, I have 5 kids.
You have what? You have 5 kids?
5 kids. Yes.
5 kids, and they've range of ages. Huh? You're not a grandmother, are you?
No, I'm not.
Not yet. Okay. Okay. Do you? I keep hearing something about You have a grandmother in spirit?
Well, all my grandparents passed.
Everybody's passed. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like, were you raised by a grandmother, or was she a big part of your life?
Yeah, my father's mother.
She was. Okay. So it just feels like her energy's around you, and you may have learned a lot from her.
I did.
It just seems like she was a person that had a lot of depth, a lot of character, and a person that wanted to teach you how to maybe cook or maybe how to take care of a home, and so she just says that she knows that you have a lot on your plate. Okay, so are you raising
Yes.
these children by yourself?
Huh?
Are you raising the children by yourself?
No, I'm married. I'm about to
Okay.
split.
So, but you're the principal person raising them. Does he help a lot?
Yeah.
He does. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
he
good.
helped a lot. Yes, he do.
That's good. That's good. Okay, because it just seems like you worry about each of the children quite a bit, and that you watch them, you watch everything they do very, very closely. But Darlene,
Yeah.
do you have a question for me today?
I just want to know about general. Ain't no question. I just want to know what's going on now. You telling the truth about my grandmother. She had me babysit my cousin when I was 13 years old. And she
Oh,
teach
she
me
did.
how to babysit them, how to wash them, and, how when they were little, and how to
Yeah.
cook for them while she's in
Yeah.
Atlanta City with their mothers.
Yeah.
And I grew up as a parent like she used to be.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, it's like I say, I feel like the feminine side of your family has a lot of really strong women. Okay.
Yes.
And I feel like, of course you're one of them, and so you're teaching your kids the basics on how to take care of the house and how to take care of themselves and things like that.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm I think you try to run a tight ship at home. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Yes, I have a 23-year-old,
Twenty.
a 20, a 21, a 27, and a 14-year-old.
Okay. So so you're not grandma. No, is that a cat back in the background? You got a cat?
Yeah, that's the
there?
cat. Yeah, you hear that cat, right? I got two cats.
That's the biggest babies.
That's the biggest one. That's the big one you hand right there.
I keep my cats out of the room when I'm working.
I know, but that's my daughter. My 14-year-old got the cat in the room with her. I'm trying to go somewhere quiet.
Someplace quiet. They won't let you. So,
No,
what's your
not that
birth
one.
sign, Darlene?
Huh?
What sign of the zodiac are you?
I'm a Gemini.
You're a Gemini. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you've listened to the program before, you know that the mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, are under
Yeah.
the influence of Saturn right now, and
Yeah.
and that means that many of the structures of your life are being challenged. Okay.
Yeah.
So and it's everywhere. It's relationships, it's health, it's a job, it's money, everything. So, excuse me. So for you, if you want to know what's going on, that's what's
Yeah.
going on. So Saturn kind of sweeps clean the area that it's in your chart, and it makes it tidies it up. It either discards it if it's not working, or if it is
Yeah.
working, it makes it stronger. Okay.
Okay.
So in your particular case, I feel like you need to sit down and make some plans. Okay.
Right.
And for you, I feel like you need to start to set some goals, and because this is a time for you to really kind of get a few things straightened out. All right.
Right.
So I don't know. For me, I feel like you'd like to move. Would you like to move?
Yes, I do.
Okay. There's something about you wanting to move, but you're not sure
To
where
another
or how.
apartment. Yeah.
You want to move to another apartment
Yeah.
with 5 kids or
And
all kids?
I'm like, no, I'm taking my two of them on the 14 and 20-year-old because I'm in the middle of eviction. So I was looking at 2 apartments, but they've been rejected. So they tell me they don't like the workers. So I'm trying to find an apartment fast as soon as possible. If not, I'm gonna have to go into a hotel.
Oh my
So if I have to go to the hotel, because that's what they want, people that's in shelters now.
Oh my. Well,
But I've been in the shelter before, so ain't nothing new with me.
okay. Well, are you sure you're going to stay in Brooklyn? Or are you going to would you be interested in moving a little further outside the city of New York?
I was going to do that maybe in 2 years, in a year to get out of Brooklyn. So the rent is high.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it just seems like it's kind of burdensome to pay the high rent and to and to live. You don't want to keep moving out of one apartment to the next, and certainly not in a hotel. Hotel is just temporary,
Yeah.
right now, you know. So
Yeah.
so that's why I was wondering, how things were going for you, because it seems like things have been
It's
kind of
shifting. Everything is shifting. Everything
It's
is
shifting,
shifting.
yeah.
Trying to see where I'm going to move at. Trying to wait
Yeah.
for my husband, mother, because she's 87 years old. I've been running back and forth trying to be on the payroll of working from 9 to 5 for Saturday and Sunday. Trying to get
Yeah.
my financial going. I'm going through so much. It's not funny no more.
Well, that's why I'm saying you need to sit down and make some goals and and just kind of broaden your horizons. Maybe get a little bit out of your comfort zone. Okay.
Yeah, well,
I think
I
you're
am.
going to land on your feet, but I'm going to have to go, Darlene. I'm sorry, I only got a couple minutes
Okay,
left.
no problem. No problem. No problem.
But good luck to you, and I'm pulling for you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. So we only have a couple of minutes left in the program, and it goes so fast that you just kind of get started, before you have to go and get ready for next week. But before I forget, I want to go ahead and I want to thank my sponsor, Miracles of Joy. Be sure to go to their website and purchase the promo code PS0223 when you check out and buy something there, because they have a good little online selection, and I hope that you'll take advantage of that. So we want to also ask you to like our Facebook page. Stay up with me on my website. Watch my Facebook page and see if there's things that you like, and watch and see where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in Wichita, Kansas this weekend. So with that, we want to start to say goodbye, and I want you to stay tuned for Amanda Hall that's coming up next on this network. So thank you very much for being a part of our program today, and we will talk to you next week. And if you want to sign up for the Monday Astrologer, be sure to email me at john@johncappello.com, and we'll get the ball rolling. So for now, take care. I'm John Cappello, your host here on The Psychic Side. Bye-bye.